Okay, we're live. It was taking a second there because my internet seemingly isn't that good. So hopefully it will hold up. But yes, hello everyone, and welcome to another Tea Time with Tia. This is a late night tea time, and I kind of wanted to just do it because I have been rewatching the Umbrella Academy season 1 in light of the fact that season 2 is coming at the end of this month, and just wanted to refresh my memory. There is a lot that I had forgotten, and it's been so long since I've seen the first season that I know there was a lot that I've missed. And I was right. There is a lot that I've missed. So went back, just as good as the first time that I saw it. Still amazing. Fight choreography, the music is epic, all the personalities of all the children are really good. So yeah, I'm excited for the second season. But this video is prompted because the trailer for the second season of Umbrella Academy just came out, and seemingly it kind of looks like Allison might be having a new man in her life. And that is two scenes someone pointed out, one being that Allison is in a diner with this gentleman, and there's also a separate scene where it seems that the guy is perhaps in a jail cell and Allison is holding his hands through the bars. And that did not sound good. Someone online pointed out hopefully Allison will be with this new guy and not with Luther. And the reason being is because Luther and Allison are both technically Hargreaves, technically siblings, but both in the comics and in the show, they are seemingly romantic with each other. I just watched the episode that Allison and Luther profess their love for each other, essentially. The one where they dance together, which is still one of my favorite scenes, and they kiss. Now, obviously, that timeline was erased after the events in that episode. So the current Allison and Luther that we have are not the Allison and Luther who dance together, who kiss together. But I feel that this Allison and Luther still have romantic feelings for each other. You can't take away their past. We've seen backstory moments where them as children are sneaking off together and seem definitely more than, say, just sibling activity. So the fact that they are technically siblings with each other has always been like a hot topic for people. It is something that causes people not to even want to ship them together, which is completely fine. Listen, I understand. I understand that even though they are adopted and not blood related, they are technically siblings. They grew up with each other. They were raised as siblings. They still refer to each other as brother and sister, same way that they refer to all the others as brother and sister. I understand that. And if it is the case that in season 2, Allison gets with this new guy who, I don't know if we know his name or anything, how big of a part he actually plays in season 2. We don't know that yet. Again, the show hasn't even come out. But if they get together, that's perfectly fine. I don't mind whatsoever. Luther and Allison will still have a love for each other. I just like them together. And I know that's such an unpopular opinion. That's such a hot take. And I don't know how that's even going to look, say, from other people. My whole thinking is there are some people out there who actually ship Jaime and Cersei Lannister, and they were actually twins. I'm just saying. So this video might get some hate. This video might, I don't know. But just please know this is just my opinion. I have, again, nothing wrong with, I have no problem if Allison gets with someone else in season 2. And I certainly understand where people's trepidation is coming from. The way that they're presented in season 1, it's the actors. They seem to have good chemistry with each other. They seem to really gravitate towards each other. Even before that episode, which I believe was episode 6, before that episode, it just seemed like everything was pointing to that. In my opinion, it didn't seem forced. I felt that their romantic interest with each other was very natural. And it is something, again, in the comics. Now, granted, does every single live adaptation go the way of the comics? No, absolutely not. And there are plenty of examples where that's the case, and it is actually better. So I understand that they didn't need to go in that direction for the live action series, but I'm kind of glad that they did. Oh man, I like, before even doing this tea time, I asked myself, should I even do this? Is this kind of like a moot point? Are people not going to be happy with this video? And I went back and forth. I didn't want to do it. And then as I was watching it, I just watched the scene with Allison and Luther when they danced. And I said to myself, I have to do this video. Hopefully, maybe there's someone out there who thinks the same way that I do. And if there isn't, that's perfectly fine. I'm not looking to convert anyone. This is simply just a video saying that I like them together. When they kissed, I was very happy. I just think that they are a good pair with each other. And in general, I think that people dislike the character Luther. I'm not sure if people dislike Luther because he's with Allison and they just dislike him because they desperately don't want Allison to be with Luther, or Luther is a little stern. He isn't as personable as Klaus is. He doesn't have, say, the personality of Diego. He's not, snarky like Five is. So there are certainly perhaps reasons why people would dislike Luther. He is kind of the straight man. And I don't mean that in terms of sexuality. It's more like in terms of, say, comedy, where you need kind of the, it's what it's called in, say, like, scientific experiments. Someone help me out here. Oh God. Yeah, you guys know what I mean. So he's kind of there while everyone else is almost allowed to have these big boisterous personalities, but we still find out things about Luther's past. He still has some layers to him. Obviously, when we find out that he's pretty much part gorilla, that's something different. And certainly it looks like he could be almost honing that in more in season 2. In season 1, we saw him a lot with a jacket on, covering himself up. We only really saw the body a few times. And I'm wondering if that has to do with budget, maybe, where they just felt like it was smarter for them to use the clothing. But in season 2, it looks like he's shirtless a few times or even wearing a tank top. And I will say that it looks a lot better than in season 1. So it could be one of those things, or just perhaps Luther's getting more comfortable in his own skin. I'm not sure, but I like the character Luther. I don't think there's anything wrong with kind of having the good boy or something. Not good boy. He was the one who stayed with the father. He did his duty and all of that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with having a character like that. I think if anything, that also makes him layered. It says something about him, why he felt all this immense pressure and sense of duty to stay with the father, even though everyone else left. And of course, then he finds out something truly heartbreaking, where it seems like he stayed essentially with his father for nothing. He lost out on having a life because he always felt like he had to live up to the standards of being number one. I just liked Luther. I think that you could see layers with him. Again, was he as fun, say, as Klaus? No, no one can ever beat Klaus. Definitely one of the, if not the best character of the show. It's kind of a tie between him and Five. Let's be honest with ourselves. But I don't know. I liked Luther, so I think that also helped in the fact that I liked his relationship with Allison. Allison is obviously a great, complex character who really only seemingly opened up to Luther, didn't necessarily feel that comfortable in opening up to many other of her siblings. I know that sentence probably didn't make sense at all, but you know what I mean. So I think that in general, their relationship was always written to go in more of a romantic nature and almost feels sometimes like an act of rebellion against their father, something like that. So if they decide to do the thing in season 2 where they keep them as friends, or not friends, but siblings, and decide to give Allison a new beau, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm perfectly fine with that. I have nothing wrong with it. I feel like I have to repeat that because I'm not going to be sitting here crying if Luther and Allison aren't endgame. But I like them together, and I'm not going to be shy about it. I'm going to be honest about it. I like them together. So I just wanted to come on this tea time really quick and give out an unpopular opinion or a hot take and see where this leads us. If you agree with me, my Twitter is TiaFaby. Please tell me what you think, if you agree or if you disagree. I'm more than open to having a discourse on this, 100%. And also, I did another tea time with Tia where I went over the Umbrella Academy's trailer for season 2, which looks really good. So make sure you check that out here as well. And in general, you should be liking and subscribing everything because we at Geek Vibes Nation are bringing you all of the greatness when it comes to podcasts, movie reviews, TV reviews, everything and anything in between. It can all be found at our website at geekvibesnation.com. I almost said www.geekvibesnation.com. That's how old I am that I remember when you actually had to type out www. and then the website. Now you don't have to do that. People, I think, pretty much forget that www even exists. So yeah, but please make sure you check us out there. We have all of our social media platforms attached there, as well as all of our articles, all of our interviews. I personally have an interview coming tomorrow, which is really exciting. So make sure you check that out and let me know your opinion about Luther and Allison. All right, guys. So everyone have a wonderful night. It was wonderful speaking with you, and I will see you on the next tea time. Bye.